Shakira, the global icon who redefined music, culture, and identity. Early life and foundations of a legend, Shakira Isabel Mebarak Ripoll is more than a pop star. She is a cultural phenomenon, a musical innovator, and one of the most influential global artists of the late 20th and early 21st centuries, with a career spanning over 3 decades. Shakira has transcended language barriers, blended musical genres from multiple continents, and reshaped the global perception of Latin music. Her distinctive voice, electrifying dance style, and fearless creativity have earned her a unique place in music history. From her humble beginnings in Barranquilla, Colombia, to selling over 125 million records worldwide, Shakira's story is one of talent, perseverance, reinvention, and cultural pride. She is equally known for her philanthropic work, particularly in education, as she is for her chart-topping hits. This biography explores her life, career, artistry, and legacy in depth, early life and family background. Shakira was born on February 2, 1977, in Barranquilla, a vibrant port city on Colombia's Caribbean coast. She was the only child of William Mebarak Ripoll and Nedia del Carmen Ripoll Tirado. Her father, William, is of Lebanese descent, while her mother has Spanish and Italian ancestry. This rich, multicultural background played a vital role in shaping Shakira's identity, music, and worldview. Her Lebanese roots, in particular, had a profound influence on her artistic expression. From a young age, Shakira was exposed to Middle Eastern music, rhythms, and dance styles, especially traditional Arabic belly dancing. These elements later became signature features of her performances and set her apart from other pop artists. Shakira grew up surrounded by books, stories, and music. Her father was a writer and storyteller who encouraged creativity and critical thinking. When Shakira was just 4 years old, she wrote her first poem demonstrating an early gift for language and expression. By the age of 8, she had written her first song. Discovering music and dance music was not just an interest for Shakira, it was a calling. As a child, she was fascinated by rhythms and movement. One defining moment occurred when she heard the sound of a darbaka, a Middle Eastern drum, at a restaurant. She immediately began dancing, instinctively moving her hips in a way that surprised adults around her. This moment marked the beginning of her lifelong relationship with dance. Despite her talent, Shakira faced early challenges. At school, she was often rejected from choir groups because her voice was considered too strong and vibrato-heavy. Teachers reportedly said her voice sounded like a goat, rather than discouraging her. This rejection fueled her determination to prove herself. She participated in numerous local talent shows and television programs in Colombia, slowly gaining recognition. Her ability to sing, dance, and write her own songs made her stand out even at a young age. First recording contract and early albums. At the age of 13, Shakira signed her first recording contract with Sony Music Colombia. This was an extraordinary achievement for someone so young, especially in an industry dominated by adult performers. Magia 1991. Shakira's debut album, Magia, was released in 1991. It was a collection of songs she had written between the ages of 8 and 13. While the album did not achieve commercial success, it showcased her songwriting talent and emotional depth. Peligro 1993, her second album Peligro, followed 2 years later. Once again, it failed to gain widespread attention, partly due to limited promotion and creative differences with the label. However, these early setbacks taught Shakira valuable lessons about artistic control and the music business. Disappointed but not defeated, Shakira stepped away from recording and focused on her education. She completed high school while refining her musical style and vision. Breakthrough in Latin America, Pais Descalzos. 1995, Shakira's true breakthrough came with her third album, Pais Descalzos Bare Feet, released in 1995. Unlike her previous albums, Shakira had significant creative control over this project. The album blended pop, rock, Latin rhythms, and poetic lyrics that addressed love, identity, and social issues. Songs like Estoy Aquí, Antología, and Estas Corazón became massive hits across Latin America. Pais Descalzos sold over 5 million copies, transforming Shakira into a household name. The album's success established her as a serious artist, not just a teenage pop singer. Critics praised her for her authenticity, songwriting, and emotional honesty, artistic maturity, and international recognition. ¿Dónde están los ladrones? 1998, Shakira's next album, ¿Dónde están los ladrones? Where Are the Thieves? Marked a significant evolution in her sound and confidence. Produced in collaboration with Emilio Estefan Jr., the album featured rock-influenced tracks, sophisticated arrangements, and socially conscious lyrics. Hits like Sega Sorda Muda, Inevitable, Tool, and Ozzy demonstrated her versatility. Oja's Azi, in particular, highlighted her Arabic musical influences and showcased her trilingual abilities. The album was both a critical and commercial success, earning Shakira her first Grammy Award. The decision to cross over into English music. By the late 1990s, Shakira was already a superstar in the Spanish-speaking world. However, she had ambitions to reach a global audience. Unlike many artists who rely heavily on translators and songwriters, Shakira made the bold decision to learn English fluently and write her own English-language songs. She worked tirelessly with dictionaries and language tutors, studying the nuances of English poetry and songwriting. This decision would soon change the course of her career and global pop music forever. By the end of the 1990s, Shakira had already achieved what many artists never do: critical acclaim, commercial success, and cultural impact. Her had attempted it with limited success, often losing their artistic identity in the process. Shakira was determined to do things differently. She insisted on writing her own English lyrics, even though English was not her first language. This decision slowed the process but ensured that her voice remained authentic. For months, she immersed herself in English poetry, song lyrics, and literature. She studied metaphors, idioms, and songwriting structures, often rewriting verses dozens of times until they felt natural. This dedication set her apart and laid the foundation for one of the most successful crossovers in music history. Laundry Service 2001, a defining moment. In 2001, Shakira released Laundry Service, her first predominantly English-language album. The album represented a dramatic shift in both sound and image, blending pop-rock Latin rhythms and Middle Eastern influences with mainstream Western production. Global impact, Laundry Service was a monumental success. It sold over 15 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling albums of the decade. The album introduced Shakira to a global audience and firmly established her as an international superstar. Iconic singles Whenever, Wherever. This song became an instant global anthem. Its pan-flute melody, infectious rhythm, and unforgettable hook dominated radio stations across continents. The music video, featuring Shakira's now iconic belly dancing, played a crucial role in defining her public image. Underneath Your Clothes, a softer, romantic ballad that showcased her emotional depth and vocal vulnerability. The song appealed to a broad audience and highlighted her ability to balance pop appeal with lyrical sincerity. Objection Tango, a high-energy track that blended Latin dance rhythms with pop-rock sensibilities, reinforcing her reputation as a genre-blending artist. Cultural significance, Laundry Service did more than sell records, changed the global music landscape. It normalized the presence of bilingual and multicultural artists in mainstream pop and opened doors for future Latin musicians to achieve worldwide success. Visual identity and performance style. Shakira's rise to global fame was also driven by her powerful visual identity. Unlike many pop stars of the early 2000s, she did not rely on elaborate costumes or heavy choreography. Instead, she emphasized natural movement, particularly her hips, which became a symbol of freedom, femininity, and cultural pride. Her belly dancing, rooted in Middle Eastern tradition, was presented not as a novelty, but as an authentic expression of her heritage. This helped redefine beauty standards in pop music and challenged the industry's narrow expectations of female performers.